from this Institute of Culture really runs a one-year program of internship for students in the 172 universities of the United States. So people can come for a whole year, immerse themselves in China, learn the language, visit different sites. And so they bring in professors, Chinese professors with different backgrounds. The first guy talked about his experience as a child of the Cultural Revolution, son of a very small farmer who went through the Cultural Revolution, was able in fact to study. He got his PhD in Germany on Chinese Buddhist relations, and is now one of the great Buddhist scholars teaching. And he spoke about his experience as a person from China, in China, and having lived in Europe, and spoke about, first of all, the struggle of his people, who were perceived, especially by the outside world, as being sometimes less than human, sometimes as an object or as a nation that was to be exploited for its minerals, and introduced drugs and opium, especially from the East, to actually almost anesthetize people into a kind of almost a servitude. And he spoke of he shared with a wonderful poem written by a Chinese intellectual, saying, who do you want us, or who do you want us to be? Like when we are poor and sick, you call us the yellow pearl. You know, when we are the growing economy, you call us exploiters. And he ended up saying, you know, we've often been treated like kind of dogs by other dominant cultures, and predominantly by Western culture, and say, listen, don't we have all space in this world to really try to dialogue and enter into and develop a kind of a harmonious living relationship. And sometimes I saw the echoes of all colonial peoples. I saw the echoes of how the African sees the West, sees the white man and the white woman as being an exploiter. And he was really saying, you know, now what China is trying to do is trying to move beyond the humiliations of the past and trying to assert itself. The other input that really impressed me was an input by a Chinese woman who is the real expert on the environment. One of the major issues of China and of our world is actually the ecological issue, is the environmental issue. And so how China today, environmentally and in every other way, is affecting our lives one way or the other.